This is Minister Kujanga Elia Ashe, Ambassador to the United Nations for all who claim to be Edenites and for the Hebrew Israelites scattered to the four corners of the earth. I'm here today to say a word about Martin Luther King Jr. and King Day. The King Day holiday will be coming up in a few weeks, January in 2019. A lot of people are just making money off of Martin and saying all kinds of things, pushing all kinds of things, some of which he had grown far beyond. Today, Martin, if he was living today, he would be talking about the economic rights movement. And only an Edenite can do the economic rights movement. He wouldn't be talking about Negroes or blacks or Afro or African Americans. He'd be talking about Edenites. And he would be talking about the economic rights movement, not the civil rights movement anymore. If you look at his last sermon that he preached in California at Stanford University, he was telling the assembled crowd about a guaranteed annual income, a guaranteed annual income for everybody. And that if we could send a person to the moon and spend $20 billion, and if we could fight an ill-conceived war in Vietnam for billions, that we could afford to give people a guaranteed annual income. Now that's a biblical sharing things in common, Acts chapter 2, Acts chapter 4 type of a sermon, where everybody shared things in common. And that's where he had grown to, or evolved to, in his ministry, in his work. I don't really like the word evolved. I like the word spiritually grown. And that's where Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. had went. He piggybacked on Eisenhower, President Eisenhower, talking about the military-industrial complex. And people did not listen to Eisenhower. And the military-industrial complex drug us into the Vietnam War. And then Dr. King was preaching a sermon about where do we go from here, and talking about a guaranteed annual income for everybody. Now I'm going to finish the sermon as an Edenite, the modern day founder of the economic rights movement, which you can see on YouTube or Facebook, and tell you that it is time that we proceed towards that goal, a guaranteed annual income for everyone. Everybody can work, everybody can be paid, they can have food, clothing, shelter, education, transportation, and health care. Those 6 things should be guaranteed to everyone, regardless of race, color, creed, educational background, whatever. And that's where we are. So as I continue to sound the alarm of my horn, and as I continue to sound the alarm of my mouth, I need you to proceed forward. Don't go backwards. You have the power to do it. You have the spiritual power. Become an Edenite, an original, indigenous paradise person, and then do the economic rights movement and get everybody a guaranteed annual income, and honor Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. on his holiday by listening to that sermon that he gave at Stanford University. You can find it on YouTube in 1967, a year before he was killed, before he was assassinated. Listen to that, hear that, and then complete that by doing the economic rights movement as an original indigenous paradise person, an Edenite. This is Minister Kujanga Elia Ashe. I'm here in Columbus, Ohio, with my lovely wife making the video. It is December the 26th. May you be blessed. May Yahweh, the living Elohim, bless you and keep you all safe. Amen.